Hello dear students, welcome in the physical education class. Students, we are in the fifth unit, which is children and women in sports. We already discussed so many topics from this unit. Previous class we discussed about the sports participation of women in India, in which we discussed about the participation of women from the ancient time till now. Okay, and we already discussed that nowadays things are changing. So let's move to the next topic, which is reasons for less participation of women in sports in India. As compared to male, there is very less participation of women in the field of sports in India, right? So the first reason is lack of education. Due to lack of education, women's participation in sports is very limited. Some of the misconceptions, like sports participation will disturb the functioning of reproductive system of females, etc. First, we should educate girl child so that they can take stand for their future. Okay, if they are educated, then only they can fight for their rights and they will take part in the sports field also. The other reason is negative attitude of society. Indian society is male dominating and conservative society in which views of male sportsperson about female sportsperson are definitely low. They think women should stay in kitchen and do their household work only. Now the things are changing, we know that, but still this is the another reason or another problem in our society, especially when we talk about the rural areas. The next reason is lack of financial aid by the government. No special incentive and scholarship in awarded to women athletes. To the central and state government provides very less financial and scholarship for developing sports infrastructure and promoting women participation in sports in India. Now the present government is doing good efforts for the good participation of the women in India in sports, right? But if we'll talk about the history of India, no one was focused about this. So we can say this was one of the most reason of less participation of women because no scholarship was there and lack of financial aid by the government was there, right? So uh, women sports does not achieve the higher level. The next point is less number of women coaches. There is a very small number of ladies coaches are the main problem for women participation. The parents do not approve of females given coaching by males coaches in India because sometimes it happens if there are lots of games in which there is a need that coaches has to touch the player to teach them the different sports skills. But in India, parents do not feel comfortable if a girl child is taking the training under a male coach. This is the main problem. If the coaching is given by the lady coach, then there is no problem, and this is the most important reason. This is also one of the reason of less participation of the women in sports, especially in India. Next reason is lack of sports culture. The priority is not given in the schools. Physical inactivity in childhood is main reason of the developing lethargic attitude and lack of sports culture in our sports. We should always motivate a girl child from the school level only, and we should promote the sports for the women also, because if we will not provide a proper sports culture for them, then they can't do or they can't achieve a good standard of sports. So we should create a sports culture for the women, for the girls in the school level only, so that they will feel comfortable for the further competitions, right? Lack of proper access of to facilities. In India, we often complain about lack of financial grants and facilities for developing of sports infrastructure. But truth is, whatever little is provided by the government agencies and sponsors, its big part is given to training and coaching of male provided to female in comparison to males. It means there are very less sports facilities provided by the government, provided by the state governments, and provided by the sports authorities to the women. If facilities will be not proper, then we can't achieve that goal, or we can't motivate the women in the field of sports. There are very less women or female hostels, sports hostels in India. If we compare the facilities provided to the males and females, the gap is huge. The next point is, or next reason is, less media coverage. Whenever we see in the field of sports, if there is a male tournament or men's tournament, that time we already know when it will be. But in the case of female sports or women's sports, if games are also going on, we don't know about that. Why? Because just because of the less coverage by the media. Generally, there is no transmission of women's sports competitions on TV channels, and very little media coverage is given to them. If there is a ICC World Cup cricket, then we can see in the television, in the news, in the print media, they get a proper coverage before 1 or 2 months, right? From the selection of the players till end. But in the case of women's sports or women cricket, if matches are going on, few TV channels or few news channels gives report regarding that. I think this is the biggest reason through which women or female sports get neglected by. Next reason is lack of interest of spectators. People hardly watch women's cricket World Cup, etc. As I discussed in the last topic also, due to lack of female and fame and money in sports, girls are not properly motivated to participate in sports. In India, various sportswomen can serve as role models for society, like Mitali Raj, Sania Mirza, Karnam Malleswari, Saina Nehwal, MC Mary Kom, etc. These are the great player or great female athletes of India, right? But they are not given due place on TV and media. We know very less name in the female athletes from the India who are the pride of our nation, right? Can you I'm giving a few photographs, or I'm showing few photographs. You have to recognize these personalities, sports personalities, right? If you know each and everyone, it means you are the genius and you are supporting the female participation in the sports. Or if you know each and every one of these sports person, female sports person, so I can say that you are also one of those who is promoting the female sports in India. Why? I'm saying this because we there are lots of personalities who have name and fame, but we can't recognize them. Okay, so these are few pictures for you. If you don't know the names and the sports of these women, so please go to the Google and search the name and the identity, and know about the sports in which they perform their best and they make us feel proud. Okay, so these are few pictures and one more slide is there. Just you have recognized these personalities. Just search, you will easily get to know. Okay, why I'm saying you to search these personalities, because if I'll tell, you will forget very easily, but if you will search the name and you will get to know about the achievements by these sports person, then you will be remembering them, or you will never forget these faces. Okay, thank you so much. This was our topic for today.